so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this very broadcast. It's a pity I came a little bit late than I'm supposed to. I don't normally come to broadcast at this very time, but I was busy with some other things. That's why I couldn't be able to anchor the program on time. But no matter what happens, we will continue. I appreciate every one of you that is connecting. Any place you are joining me from, please kindly share the broadcast. Share the broadcast to family and friends. Share the broadcast to those who are closer to you. Share it even to our enemies. Share it so that they can hear us and hear us loud and clear. Keep sharing the broadcast. Share on your WhatsApp group. Share to family and friends. Anybody that's connected to you, as you join, you share. That is how we can be able to reach out. If you don't share, it's going to be difficult for us to reach out to people. So if you want to support this very platform, all you have to do is to share the broadcast as you join. You share the broadcast to the person closer to you. That is the way you can support this very platform. Share. If they kick you out, try to come back. That is what we face here. They kick people out from the program to make sure that you don't get the information. But they can't stop us. No matter how they try, they will not stop us. We will continue to send out the information, and Biafrans will get it straight. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. You see, today I'm going to choose a very simple and easy topic for us to discuss. As you all know, this is an autopiloted platform. Autopiloted by Chukwu Okikari himself, under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa, and on the leadership of Master Nandekano. That is where we stand, speaking the truth always and setting the record straight. We don't come here to blackmail or send propaganda. We come here to set the record straight, to encourage Biafrans and say things the way it is without missing word. We don't try to be politically correct. We put it straight for you. It's left for you to either take it or leave it. But that truth, we will continue to speak the truth. As Mazen Nandekano said, that we are white and whiter than white. That we are consistency personified. You can't stop us, no matter how you try. You better quit trying. The more you try, the more we overcome. The more you try, the more we make waves. The more you try, the more you advertise out. So I beg you to listen to the voice of reason this evening. I appreciate you any place you're joining from. If you join from Biafra land, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are joining from, Russia, I appreciate you and I welcome you. Today, I say you have to wake up to your responsibility as a Biafran. Every Biafran, we must wake up to our responsibility and free ourselves. It is only you and I that will free ourselves. Nobody can free us. Nobody can free us. This is the dying minute, the very dying minute. That is where we are today. Nobody can free you except you free yourself. It is in your hand. It is in my hand to free myself. Every Biafran that is alive today, living, must wake up to his or her responsibility. We have crossed the time of blame. We have crossed the time of envy, jealousy, blames, propaganda. We have crossed that stage. This is not the time to begin to blame your brother. This is not the time to begin to push unnecessary propaganda. This is not the time for distraction. We have crossed that stage. We are in the very age, in some few hours, things are going to happen. In few hours, things are going to happen. At this dying minute, if you know what you will do, if you know the role you will play for your freedom, prepare and begin to play it. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop looking at your left and right and looking at who is doing this and who is that. If you know the role, you that is watching me, and those who are going to watch later, If you know the role you will play in this struggle today, start playing that role. Stop waiting. There is no time anymore. There is no time anymore. Including those of them who have been believing in one Nigeria for a very long time. Upon all our shouting, all our crying, all our explanation, you refuse to understand. Today, it has become very, very clear that the only solution to the problem in the contraption called Nigeria is disintegration. And the Biafrans are ready to disintegrate that zoological republic. We are going to disintegrate it to set everybody free. The Biafrans will be free, the Ududuans will be free, the Middle Belters will be free, the Arewa people will be free too. You must have to prepare yourself. Anybody that is hearing my voice at this minute, prepare yourself. If you're a Biafran, prepare yourself. You're an Ududua person, prepare yourself. You are from any part and you are indigenous, prepare yourself for what is coming. Get yourself ready. The clock is ticking. In hours, things are going to happen. Our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, has made it clear that it is not time to blame. It is not time to blame anybody. Whatever you have done in the past, let it remain in the past. Going forward, as we are marching into Biafra, undeterred, as we are marching into Biafra fearlessly, you have to key in. That is the best thing you can do for yourself. The only thing you can do for yourself is to key in into that program and make sure you're not left behind. Because if you're left behind, I bet you cannot be able to tell the story. You might not live to tell the story. If you are left behind, you might not live to tell the story. You can see what is happening today. It has become very clear. When we were telling you that the appearance of the London boy is a distraction, we told you that the London boy that came into the picture was a distraction. You never believed. You never believed. Today, it has become very, very clear. Something as simple as protest could not be able to hold. They are scared. They are scared. And they are telling me that they are going to court to get their mandate. Laughable. Laughable. If you are a Biafran, stand up to your responsibility. We, the Biafran people, autopiloted IPOB under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nandekan will restore Biafra. We are going to restore the kingdom of God on the planet Earth. That last miracle that Chukwu Okukabian want to perform, we have volunteered ourselves for Chukwu Okukabian to use us to perform that miracle. Master Nandekan told us about that miracle, and we have made ourselves available for that miracle. And the time is now. You still have the opportunity at this dying minute to be part of that miracle, to establish the kingdom of Chukwu Okukabian on the planet Earth. You still have the opportunity to be part of that, to receive the blessing. If you are part of it, it is for your own good. Whether you choose to be part of it or not, it will not stop Biafra from coming. That you are part of this very movement to actualize Biafra, it's a plus for you. It's for your own benefit. That you are part of it, it is for your own benefit. Whether you become part of it or you don't become part of it, nothing, I said nothing, will stop Biafra from coming in this 2023 that you and I are in. Let me remind you again. We are consistency personified. Some of you that are paying attention on the media will see what is happening. When I told you that Master Simon Ekpa goes to the heart of Master Nandekano to bring information, he said it and we didn't believe it. But every now and again, you see it happening. When I come to my platform and tell you that Master Nandekano is aware of every single step we take, some of you call it a bluff. But as the day goes by, you begin to see clearer. May Chukwu Okukabiama continue to keep our Supreme Master Nandekano safe and sound. May Chukwu Okukabiama continue to strengthen our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. We are going to overcome. We have come a long way. And there's no amount of propaganda that can stop us. At this minute, everybody's being called upon. At this minute, it is the last chance you have at this last minute to participate and share from the blessing that is coming from those who are going to be part of those that will make that last miracle come to pass. Let me tell you, a lot of people are on the ground. They have made themselves available already. People have put their life on the line to see that that miracle comes to pass. Our spokesperson, Master Samuel Ekpa, have put every single thing on the line. Our supreme leader, Master Nandekan, put everything in the line, including his life. I ask you that is watching me, Biafrans all over the world that is watching, and those that are going to watch in time to come, are you ready to take up your own responsibility? Or are you still going to be there gossiping? Are you still going to be there with your envy and jealousy and your pride? Answer this question genuinely from your heart. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, has made himself available, put his own life on the line. You are aware he lost his parents in the course of this journey. His family is not with him in the course of this journey. And our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, have placed everything on the table. He opened his mouth and said, if instead Biafra to come, I will turn to a beast. Do you know what it takes for a man to make such a statement? And now you can see clearly that he's not somebody you can push around. With all the propaganda and blackmail that is coming upon him, attack from left, right, and center, international and local, spiritual and physical, against Master Simon Ekpa, he is still consistency personified. Because you have anointed him through Master Nandekan, and the grace is upon him. There's nothing you can do. Do not miss this last opportunity. If you are a Biafran, you have the blood of Biafra flowing over, except you are not a Biafran, you are just claiming to be a Biafran. If you are a genuine Biafran with the blood of Biafra flowing in your vein, if you are from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast, with the lower Benue, if you are from that area where your grandmother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, this message is for you. Take this opportunity that you have, this 9-minute opportunity. Whatever sin you have committed in the past, whatever betrayal you made in the past, whatever mistake you made in the past, is forgiven. Today, the unity of the Biafran people is paramount. And we are going to pursue our collective interest. Our collective interest is to make sure that we have a land where we be protected. I remind you how Dim Odumegwu, our eternal leader, described Biafra. Dim Odumegwu described Biafra as a place where the oppressed people run into for safety. A place where the oppressed people run into for safety. That is how Dim Odumegwu described Biafra. And we are bound to establish that place where the oppressed people run into and they are saved. It is coming. It has become very clear that you are not needed in the contraption called Nigeria. You know, sometimes Chukwuokama have ways of doing things. We have preached. Mazen Nandekan have shouted on top of his voices. Preached and preached. Some people remain deaf and dumb. Master Simon came on board, preached and preached and preached and shouted. He remained deaf and dumb. The autopiloted media on different platforms shouted, cried, continued to talk on daily basis. You remain adamant. You want to see the end of it. And finally, the last exposition has been made that you are not needed anywhere in the Zoological Republic. After your London boy, we know that it was all a game all this while. when you were told, when our spokesperson made it clear that the only objective of the London boy is to use the Biafran people to legitimize the enslavement of the indigenous people in that contraption. That was the mission of the London boy. That mission was planned by the British to make sure they use the London boy to drag Biafra into legitimizing the evil entity called Nigeria. We shouted and we cried. We told you to stay away. Out of your stubbornness, you want to see everything. The Biafrans who are good listeners, who has the real blood of Biafra in their veins, they stood at home. They stayed away. But yet, they used the London boy to legitimize a fraud. When we tell you that the West do not have the interests of any one of you at heart, you don't believe it. The West, be it the Americans, be it the Europeans, they don't have your interest at heart. Not at all. It is about their own interest. A fraudulent election was conducted in that Zulu Republic. An election that somebody who supposedly be a Biafran won hands down. In all ramification, that election was rigged. Broad daylight. They saw it. The observers were on the ground to see it. But yet, after seeing all those fraudulent and fraud that happened in that election, the West today, they are congratulating the person that performed that fraud. The West is sending a congratulatory message to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who stole the mandate of someone else in an open field. Scam that was done on broad daylight. Robbery that was done on broad daylight with evidence scattered everywhere. And yet, the West are calling in to congratulate the criminal as the winner. The United States called in. UK wished him. Ghana called in. Presidents of the world are calling to congratulate, to legitimize an evil entity, a criminal that stole a mandate. That they were, even their envoy they sent on the ground saw it happen before. Evidence is overwhelming. Yet, the whole world, the Western world, are sending congratulatory message. That should ring a bell in your head. That should tell you that you are on your own. If you don't fight for your life, if you don't fight for your own safety, nobody will do that for you. If you don't free yourself, nobody anywhere will free you. They don't care. They don't give a damn about you. As long as the oil money continue, as long as your resources continue to go to them, unchecked, willfully, they don't care. They don't give a damn about you. Now, do you see why we are doing what we are doing? Do you now realize why we are doing what we are doing? Do you now realize why we say that foundation, that faulty foundation, where the British anchor, that their anchor, because their anchor is that faulty foundation. The origin of the region, every region you are seeing today and evil is Britain that planted it. And the only way you can uproot that in your hand is by destroying the foundation. I heard Peter Obi when he was making his comments, talking about foundation, and I laughed. It is so sad how these people claim to be educated, yet they are illiterates. They claim to have so many knowledge, so many certificates, being a governor, and yet they are daft. This same Peter Obi on his speech was talking about foundation. He was saying that the foundation through which you enter power matters a lot. He said it in his own word when he was making a speech. That the foundation through which you enter into power matters a lot. He said it. And that is why one of the excuses was given. If this man knows very well that the foundation matters a lot, does it mean that Peter Obi does not know that the foundation of Nigeria is evil? faulty, fraudulent, and a scam. Why then is he bent on contesting on that fraudulent foundation? Why is he trying to be the president of that faulty foundation? And today, they have given him some little bit of a taste of it. He's sharing crocodile tears. How can you be saying two different things at the same time? You claim to be intelligent. You open your mouth and say the foundation through which brought somebody to power, the means through somebody come to power, the foundation matters a lot. That you don't want to get into power based on a fraudulent foundation. And yet, you have forgotten that Nigeria that you are contesting to be the president is built on a faulty foundation. Evil for on scam. There is no single figure that is correct. It is built on rigging of election. It is built on hatred, built on blackmail and propaganda. And yet, there you are, going to be the president and contesting on that very fraudulent foundation.